Hello everyone, my name is Brianna Romero and this is my presentation for assignment number 3 titled Flipping the Classroom, a 180 from Traditional Learning. First, I will be discussing a summary of the assigned readings. The first reading titled The Flipped Classroom, a Survey of the Research, discusses the 3 definitions on what a flipped classroom is, its rising popularity in the academic world, its theoretical frameworks, prior and ongoing research on flipped classrooms, and finally suggesting directions for future research on this topic. Overall, the reading highlights the results of some studies demonstrating that online video lectures slightly outperform in-person lectures, but more research must be done and approached in a way where the researchers use existing research and theoretical frameworks to, quote, guide their use and design of in-class activities, unquote. The second reading is an article titled, In Flipped Classrooms, Teachers Lecture Online, Use Class for Practice. This reading focuses on the interviews from teachers that have implemented a flipped classroom and their opinions on how the experience turned out. One teacher in particular expressed the benefits that she saw after some time with the flipped classroom, expressing that the benefit could, quote, extend beyond remedial work, unquote. In regards to the students' opinions, there were mixed responses. Overall, flipping classrooms are becoming more prevalent and have benefits that can help students for the better. Next, I will be summarizing the 3 lecture videos. The first video focuses on an interview with researcher Wenling He on his 3-year research study on flipped classrooms. He answers 3 prompted questions. 1. Why would an instructor want to flip their classroom? 2. Does flipping the classroom improve student learning? 3. And based on your research, how should teachers go about flipping their classrooms? While answering these questions, the researcher outlines what a flipped classroom is, its main components, the results he found from his study from each year, and finally what he recommends for teachers who are interested in flipping their classroom. Overall, his research provides an understanding that with modification after each year of research, he has found that after the 3rd year, students had much more positivity towards flipped instruction, they had higher motivation, but there was no effect in the students' final exam performance. The second video focuses on Clint and Dale High School in Michigan and their experience after committing to fully flipped classrooms. Students and teachers were interviewed on their opinion to converting to flipped classrooms, and although it was an adjustment, students especially enjoyed the benefits that it brought. With the flipped classroom, students were able to have more one-on-one time with teachers, and students were more encouraged to collaborate in the classroom. The high school began to see the payoff in 3 years when they saw an increase in graduation rates and college acceptances. The final video discusses what is a flipped classroom and highlights the individual benefits that it brings, such as how students can learn at their own pace and that it enriches the classroom because more time can be spent on group work and projects. And most importantly, teachers gain more time to focus on the needs of their students, which promotes more equal learning opportunities. My overall reaction to the readings were mostly positive as I began to feel intrigued because I have never heard of a flipped classroom. Now that I reflect on my own academic experiences, I realize that I've only learned in a traditional classroom model, where I learned the content live in class. The readings showed me that flipped classrooms have many benefits and that the research behind it is slowly beginning to back it up. Although I don't particularly enjoy reading research articles, I found this one to be interesting because it ends with potential suggestions for future research, which reminds you of endless possibilities. Finally, my reaction to the lecture videos was that I noticed that I began to increasingly become more on board with the idea of flipped classrooms. I was especially interested in the first video where Wen Lang discussed the results of his study and broke down what exactly was a flipped classroom and its major components. I also really enjoyed seeing students speak about what they thought about flipped classrooms and how it has benefited them. It makes the whole experience more real and it shows that there are real students that enjoy learning in this way. Overall, I really enjoyed learning more about flipped classrooms, and it's convinced me that someday when I become a teacher, that it will be something I want to seriously pursue. Thank you so much.